What is going on, everybody? It's Meteor here, and today we're gonna be talking a lot of interesting things today of why this was such a nightmare to replace, fix, all sorts of things. This W203 C240 4MATIC wagon that I have here, it's an S203, but I'm just gonna say it's W203 for obvious reasons because it's a W203 with a wagon in the back. Let's get straight to the point. What exactly happened with this car? Well, I was in the middle of making a water pump, thermostat, all those general maintenance items for this car to catch up with maintenance. First of all, the water pump on this car was completely fine. I just wanted to do some content, and two, preventative maintenance. There was really nothing wrong with the water pump. I'm presuming it probably was replaced at some point, but I wanted to do it just in case for the sake of longevity, and it's also approaching 170,000 miles. So I was like, you know what, why don't I just buy a lot of kits to do preventative maintenance on this beloved wagon? And that's where I completely messed up. Messed up because, one, now that this car is turning about 18 years old, it's like opening a can of worms. When you think of an 18-year-old car, you think of rusted bolts, you think of seized bolts, you think of potentially snapping bolts because they're so old. Two of the bolts, the water pump housing, snapped off, and basically that caused a whole chaos, agreeing, disagreeing, and what to do with this car. Bolts on your water pump are very important because those are the bolts that will seal all the coolant from getting out, prevents any leaks, all those things that is really crucial for a water pump to function properly. All right, so quick update. Well, it's been a couple of days. There is still two bolts stuck inside the block. One of them is this one right here. The other one is all the way down here. And I completely disregard the fact that this car is almost 18 years old. Well, technically it is 18 years old. Tried to open and loosen the screws and bolts. And guess what happened? Two of the bolts snapped. I wasn't able to drive this car for 2 weeks. All right, so it's been a couple of days and I still haven't gotten to take the freaking stuck bolts out. Everything in this car is an absolute mess. We got freaking engine parts inside of it. We got all these screws, and again, this is the screw that broke off. Well, two of them. I'm not sure if this is the one. Actually, this might be the one right here. Look at that. That's one of the bolts that broke off. Get this, get that, do this, do that. I was going to take it to the shop. The issue with that is, one of my trusted shops I take it usually to are fully booked for the next 2 to 3 weeks. With these types of problems, they're very interesting because, one, you can't really get a proper quote. It's very uncertain that you can even loosen the bolts up, do this, do that, or even just do the actual general of doing the proper thing, which is to take out or extract the bolts. Now, speaking of extractors actually cost relatively more in comparison to the parts I'm replacing with this car. So buying the drill set, buying the drill itself, buying the extractors, those cost a lot of money. That's exactly what I did, just to see if I could get rid of the snap bolts that I completely messed up and was absolutely my fault for not doing the basic thing of buying a PB blaster to prevent all those potential problems. And yeah, I completely messed up. The second option would be to hire a welder, a mobile welder. What they can do is put a washer, put a nut on top of the snap bolt and potentially screw it out, which is one of the easiest and safest way to not touch the block. Because keep in mind, the snap bolts are on the block of the engine. The engine is made out of aluminum. It's a very finicky situation where you don't really know what to do. First of all, the bolts are very tiny. We ended up doing the most basic solution. This is the solution we ended up doing after 2 weeks of trying to do a solution. So, if I take off this engine cover right here, what you can find is a sealant. So, on top of the crushed gasket around the water pump housing, we also added a Permatex solution, which is like a sealant. It's really strong and usually used for ATVs, but we did our research and it looks like this would be the most reasonable option. If you want to take the bolts out of the snap bolts, you have to take the whole front end. All right, first couple of miles, probably like 5 or 10, Looks like it's dry so far, knock on wood. There was a little bit of a seepage after driving around the block in this area right here, just below the thermostat. I'm really hoping it was just the thermostat, but I don't see any leakage anymore. You could see remnants of the coolant right there, but it's completely fine now, so that was weird. But if it's the water pump, then that's not good. So a little bit of an update here. We've been driving for almost an hour. It's only 12 miles, but it's definitely been well enough warmed up, so let's go shut it off. I'm at a BJ's wholesale club. Definitely running errands on the wagon. Let's go ahead and double check again, see if there's anything leaking into the area. There's absolutely nothing here so far, so far so good. An hour into the drive. What is probably gonna matter to this one the most is when it cools down, the engine cycle. Once it cools off, warms up, cools off, warms up, that's when you really have to pay attention, because these gaskets, or quote-unquote Permatex sealants, you never know if they can even hold 5 cycles of running, hot, cold, blah blah blah. Those are the things that really would matter on this car. Right now it's fine, but you never know. Alright, so I just got home. Looks like everything is completely dry. Bone dry. So today's video was just showing you guys how I messed up with this removing water pump thermostat I was working on. And one of the biggest things that I think I learned about this whole fiasco was to just be patient. I mean, if you have the chance, always get a PB blaster. The M112 engine is a very reliable motor. But the problem with taking care of a vehicle is that, well, with this type of vehicle, these cars are almost 20 years old, and some of these cars are older than I am. That being said, number one rule with these types of cars when removing a part or a bolt or a screw or something that you know has not been loosened up or removed in a very, very long time, potentially even back when it was being manufactured, always use a lubricant, whether that's a PB blaster, WD-40, you know, even a brake cleaner to clean off the bolts that are rusted, or all that gunk, that dirt, that salt, all the elements that have been compacted into that one seized bolt in the last 20 years. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like. If you guys have any questions, don't forget to comment down below. I'll be happy to answer. I'll see you guys later.